my channel. I promise I'm not naked. I actually have a sleeveless dress on. It's super cute. Let me show you. Ooh. What weighs, sis? Non-existent. So today, you already kind of know what I'm going to talk about because you've seen the title. That's probably why you clicked on it in the first place. But before we get into that, I just want to say on my last video, I got like around 300-ish views, but like only like 15 or so subscribers. So that's like really weird to me. Like the math is not mathing for me. If you like my channel and my topics, why don't you just subscribe? Help a sister out. It's hard out here in these YouTube streets. Okay, so you can do that now. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so I wanted to take time and dedicate a video to Lizzo. A few days ago, she actually put out a video, released the single Rumors to mixed reviews. The video was very elaborate. I mean, we had Cardi B with a statue on her head, full figure backup dancers, and the song was just an opportunity for Lizzo to really vent and release her frustrations regarding the rumors and the internet gossip about the ins and outs of her life the last 2 years. In my last video, I mentioned misogyny and the huge part that it played in hip-hop. I want to talk about misogyny because I feel like that's a good starting point when we're talking about Lizzo. So misogyny, simply put, just means contempt of women. This contempt of women usually results in a power imbalance where women are on the less powerful side of things. Women are at a disadvantage. Men have taken up powerful positions in just about every sphere of life. So politics, entertainment, the marketplace. Nearly since the beginning of time, it has been almost impossible for women to get a foothold in these arenas. And the only ways that they have managed to get any power in these circles is by using the one asset they have that men kind of don't, and that's beauty. Beauty is social currency, but what is beauty? Well, if you're new here, you might not know this, but the Europeans have decided that answer. The Eurocentric standard of beauty is the beauty that pretty much the entire world goes by. For a woman to be beautiful, she must be thin, have light skin, and petite features. The further a woman is from those descriptives, the less beautiful she is considered to be. Now, I said beauty is a social currency, but it's not just that, it's also a buffer. So the less beautiful a woman is, the worse she'll be treated. So what happens when a woman who is fat, with medium brown skin and no petite features, ends up with 2 #1 songs and 5 Billboard 100 hits? Well, this.
Her lyrics are shallow. Lizzo basically represents toxic positivity.
I think Lizzo has forgotten people are going to say a lot of hurtful things to you on the internet, especially the more you make a fool of yourself. I've seen a couple videos recently of Lizzo trying to do whatever it takes to get attention.
And Lizzo's Over Party was trending on Twitter after some One Direction fans called her out for sexualizing Harry Styles. Stop saying she's just expressing her sexuality. Men talk to women like this every day and it's disgusting. It should be the same anger and disgust for women talking like this of a guy.
But why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter? That's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes.
I'm all for loving your body. There's nothing wrong with loving your body. It's great. You should be happy with how you look. There's something called going too far. All things in moderation. You shouldn't be loving it so much that you've gotten to this point. There becomes a point where you're going too far.
Now, all of these clips are literally a drop in a bucket. I only searched for these clips maybe 15-20 minutes. I could have searched for hours probably and found clips similar to this. So many different ethnicities, races, different just groups in society all have the same similar ideas and similar viewpoints on Lizzo. You don't see anything weird about that? Generally speaking, everyone hates Lizzo and she has very little support and very little people in her corner. Every single one of these groups, as much as they differ in what they believe in or whatever, hobbies or whatever, stances, as much as they differ in these things, they agree on one thing. They hate fat people. So I spoke in this video about how Black women very rarely get to make a mistake. Black women have to be near perfect because people just don't have the patience to deal with us. I mean, it's like we have to continuously prove our worth and prove that we deserve to be here. Well, that's doubly so, triply so, I would say, if the Black woman is fat.
white, slender bodies, especially women's bodies, are valuable. But fat bodies, and especially fat Black bodies, are worth denigration.
Now, if you ask any of these people, what bothers you about Lizzo? Is it because she's fat? They're all gonna say no, but their actions speak louder than their words. Just the act of them nitpicking every little thing that she's saying, that is fatphobic. You not having the patience, the ability to kind of empathize with her, give her a break, cut her some slack, process in your mind and say, you know, she's human. You not even doing that, but instead getting up and making a video, criticizing her, wanting to cancel her, saying she's annoying. You even doing that is fatphobia. We have so much patience with skinny white women. We have so much patience with women who fit the beauty standard, but for some reason with Lizzo, they just can't deal with it. It's not a coincidence. And then you can sit here and try to explain it away and say it's this, say it's that, say she's annoying, she's loud, she's fake. You can say whatever you want to say, okay? The actions are speaking louder than your words, and I see right through you. I'm not stupid. She has very little room to make mistakes because you don't even think she belongs here anyways. Now, one thing that really bothers me a lot is that Lizzo kind of got that label of being a body positive icon, but is she being body positive, or is she just living her life and choosing to resist the temptation to hate herself?
First job is being that bitch, and I ain't never quit.
You pointed at her. I don't know if you know how radio works, but
You better watch where you point that thing. I'm not that kind of girl.
yeah.
I had a lot of fun shooting that video. I got to have like a fine ass boyfriend in the video with big chesticles and
big testicle.
Big testicles.
Okay. Sorry.
Chest.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
And no, not at all.
Has anyone told you about Mr. Squiggle?
Mr. Squiggle was just funny. I said, what the hell? You could have had a bad bitch. Mr. Squiggle. I'm like, what is Mr. Squiggle? I knew the Wiggles.
Yeah.
I don't know who the that is. Who is it? He got a funny nose, right?
Yeah, he's got a pencil for a nose. So he can draw with his nose.
Oh, so he squiggles.
Yeah, he squiggles with his...
And y'all call scribbling squiggling.
He is Mr. Squiggle. So
in America, prepared. It would be Mr. Scribble.
Probably.
I'm with it.
Oh, you can say shit.
Shit! Shit! Wow. That feels good, baby.
Someone brought up that concept of being like a whatever for body positivity, and she explicitly said, I'm not trying to be that. Somehow though, the media really like pushed that on her, and then with that came all of this extra stuff that she never even asked for. I just think it's really interesting that we almost expect fat people to be introverted, to cover up and to shrink themselves and to make kind of tuck themselves away. And so then when we see a person not doing that, it's like, it like blows our mind. But Lizzo's amazing because she literally wears what she wants. She says what she wants. She cusses. She talks about suggestive topics. I mean, she acts like a normal person. But it turns out it's really hard to behave normally when everyone around you is behaving abnormally about you. Over the last 2 years, Lizzo's personality and Lizzo's just overall like what she exudes. When she first came onto the scene, she was very bubbly, she was very open, she was very outgoing, and we've seen the interviews decline. And then when she does talk, she's a lot more, when she does her lives and when she talks online, she's a lot more subdued. And it's honestly such a shame. It's just shame like what the internet, people's comments, and people's just hyper criticism has done to Lizzo's spirit. When people say things about her, they try to make it seem like they're concerned about her health, like Julian Michaels, for example. But that's BS, okay? We all participate in unhealthy activities and behaviors. Either we stay up too late, we don't get enough sleep, we drink too much coffee, we eat too much fast food. No one is completely healthy. I mean, the concept of health is such a nebulous thing, and it's something that we try to weaponize against fat people, and it's disgusting because we don't do that in any other context when we're talking about any other topic.
It's not just about health. This is clearly about aesthetics. This is about disciplining women often, And it's also about population management. People often feel uncomfortable with fat bodies. And so they do not want people themselves to feel comfortable gaining weight or being fat, especially when those people are women. And that goes back to the legacy of slavery and the ways in which the male gaze is often trying to regulate women's bodies, such that they only have the right to look in particular ways.
We also have to talk about body mass index, or BMI. Now, I don't know if you know, and I'm not even really sure why this is such a hush-hush topic, but BMI is a completely BS measure of health. It has been proven to be racist. Multiple people have made speeches and statements about this topic, and still we use that as something that's a credible measure to determine someone's health when it's really not. Fatness, it's not an inherent indicator of serious health problems.
And what they found in this study, this is a long-term large sample study where they looked at nearly 12,000 people over an average of 14 years. So this is a big study. This is not the kind of thing, you know, where they look at 50 people for 3 months and tell you something based on it. This is long-term large sample study. And what they found is that people who engage with 4 basic healthy habits have about the same life expectancy no matter what their size. So you take a 5'5", 40-year-old, 135-pound woman, and you take a 5'5", 40-year-old, 300-pound woman, and they have the same mortality risk as long as they engage with these 4 basic healthy behaviors, which are very simple. These are not complicated things. These are the kind of things that people say to do all the time, and I'll tell you what they are. 1 is not smoking, 2 is moderate drinking or not drinking at all, 3 is eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And 4 is getting moderate exercise, like 30 minutes of walking a couple of times a week.
We just have to be honest about what this is really about. Lizzo's self-acceptance, her comfort level with herself, she refuses to be quiet, she refuses to be apologetic about her body. It makes us as a society uncomfortable. We live in a world where women get certain things and get certain treatments and success based on their looks. Well, here we have this person here who doesn't fit that standard, but still she's gotten the things, like she's getting things. And so she's breaking all these unwritten rules, and it's making people uncomfortable because it's shaking up the system. And Black women have a problem with Lizzo because she's not embodying that concept of Black excellence. She twerks, she cusses, she's loud, she does lives in her hair, she'll have her natural hair just up in any type of thing. Like, she doesn't try to hide her body, she's not out here getting a BBL. Like, let's be honest, Black women are embarrassed by Lizzo because she's not presenting that facade or that like view that we want the other races to see of us. And it's like, y'all really gotta grow up. It's really time to grow up and evolve our definition of what beauty is. A more interesting conversation when talking about Lizzo is the fact that she has not given in to the pressure to change herself physically. I mean, that's a big deal. In a world where BBLs are ruling the world. BBLs, honey, baby. BBLs have the girls in a chokehold right now, okay? Let's be honest about that. And Lizzo, girl, honey, please. She got her belly out. She making videos talking to her belly. No surgeries on the horizon. No crash, super like serious diet is on the horizon. That's actually really admirable to me. Like, as a person who has had 2 children and my stomach is not what it used to be, it's not. Okay, I have the type of stomach that I would never wear a crop top. I would never wear a crop top and show my belly. Like, it's been through some stuff and it doesn't fit that standard of what people expect my belly to look like. So me seeing Lizzo not being ashamed of her body, for me, is so admirable. And I have to stop and I have to applaud that. Me and Lizzo are around the same age. She's 33. That's another topic that we could definitely bring up when talking about Lizzo, is the fact that it is so amazing that she was able to make her dreams come true in her 30s. In a world where they throw you away at 26 and a half, we got Lizzo blowing up at 29, 30 years old. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the ways that she was able to break barriers that are difficult to break, not only because of her weight, but because of her age and because of her body shape, what she's brought to music, her personality, her vivaciousness, her vulnerability. A lot of why she gets crap is for being vulnerable. Lizzo is vulnerable. When she's sad, she gets on live and she cries and she says, I'm sad. When something happens, when her name is in the media, she gets on live and she talks about it. She shows up in her most vulnerable state, being her most vulnerable self. And what do? We attack her. Like I said, we can't even make this out to be, oh, this is, you know, the white people, they don't like to see fat black women. Oh, the Christians, they don't like her twerking. No, it's not just the white people and it's not just the Christians. It's all of us. It's black women, it's black men, it's all of us. The people who should be in her corner, cheering her on, are standing in line and tearing her down, and we're ashamed of her. And it's really disgusting. And that's why I say Lizzo is not the problem. You are the problem, because you've internalized some things you should never have internalized, and you're making an amazing time in her life absolutely miserable. All of her accomplishments have been overshadowed by y'all's insecurities, and I'm sick and tired. Well, I hope everything I said in this video made sense and resonated with you. If you liked it, please leave a like. And you know what? Like I said earlier, you can go ahead and subscribe, honey. Like, why not? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you join me in my next one.